Hi Sagittarius, thank you for joining me here. This is gonna be your intuitive free flowing reading, my friends. So please take it as a resonance, okay? Um, Sagittarius, there is a. I'm getting, before I get into each card, I'm getting this overall energy. There is a sense of almost like you are paralyzed by something. You are paralyzed by almost almost like a fear or anticipation, not even anticipation, it's almost like you are paralyzed by the fear. What would happen if you dot dot dot, whatever you do, whatever you say, there is like a some kind of something around you, something, and I feel like it could be very well be a relationship, a connection, that something that needs to be get out of your chest, but you are paralyzed by this thought that what would happen if these things comes out in the open, out in the light. What would happen, it's like almost like maybe it could be a very well like you are want to say something to somebody, you want to it's like open up, you want to say something, you want to reveal your love for that person or anything that is something is secret, something you are holding a secret, you're holding on a you are sitting on a secret, and you are paralyzed by this thought that what would happen if it comes out in the light. And first card we got this raw energy. This raw energy is so potent, Sagittarius. This it's like you are, like you feel inside this desire, this burning desire to explode. This desire gonna, you sometimes feel like it can be very explosive, like you're feeling that something in this energy inside, that's it needs to come out, it needs to come out, you cannot hold it inside anymore. This energy is so raw and potent, it's like pressing against your skin wall to get out. And it's like you feel charged, there is like a moment you feel charged, you feel like you are vibrating in all your muscles, in your bones with this energy. But at the same time, the next card we is like a death. You feel paralyzed, you feel like this energy, this fear is like, it's like almost like it creating such a concrete wall around you, that this raw energy, which has the capacity, which has the uh, potential to break away everything, because raw energy is a raw fiery energy, but is this raw energy is getting encountered with this death energy. It's like a cold, ice cold, thick layer of something, a thick layer of fear that is surrounded by this raw energy. And it's not, it's like almost like it's like I don't know how to explain this. The image that I'm getting is like, let's say there is a thick wall of ice, and inside there is a fire burning. So this wall cannot be it cannot be there, because fire gonna ultimately melt it. But this wall is somehow, this wall is like, is like melting again, it again is regaining its solidity. There is a some kind of, you are kind of feeding unconsciously, you're feeding into this fear so much that it's like almost like an unbound supply of this wall. So fire is melting this wall to get out, to be exposed, but this wall is regenerating itself. So there is the fear has a is sitting on the driving seat here. And and I wanted to know what is this fear is about, like what is this that creating such a dense cold wall around this such a beautiful raw fire. And it came with the Glockner, I feel like. And both of them, look at this, 53 broken down to 8, 68, 62 broken down to 8. There is something about, I feel like there's a very strong Capricornic energy here. I'm getting strong Capricornic energy. I'm getting. So I feel like, when you are a kind of person, when you are okay, before I was doing this, before I was getting into this reading, I was doing some meditation with my black mirror, and the image that I got is like a tiny boat in the middle of the ocean, very tiny boat, and you are sitting on it, your energy is on the boat. So I feel like you are a very, you don't want to be, you are very independent, there's nonetheless, like this is very typical for Sagittarian energy, but you are like, you want to be wild sailing alone, but something you want, and this is, I think it could be very well a person, a person that you want to be with. There is some kind of physical attachment, not bad attachment. It's like you want this material, you want whatever this is, you want this in a very, very material form. And you know that when you go too close to something, you can be very much almost like Glackener, like, like this Capricornic intense ownership kind of energy. What I mean by that is like almost you feel like if you let yourself very close to somebody, you can be absolutely, I don't know what's word to use to explain this. It's like, when you get too close to something, whether too close to someone, to your love or dream or whatever that you really, really care for, you get so invested that it's very hard for you to separate yourself from that entity. So that can create, in your past experience, that created a lot of obsessiveness, controllingness, abusive, lot of energy that you don't want to deal with, that you are healing from. So you feel this, how, it's like here is the battle is between you and you, Sagittarius. Whatever this energy that you really wanna expose yourself to, you feel like if you come any closer to this energy, it's gonna engulf you, it's gonna make you a slave of this energy. Then you will be constantly obsessively thinking, feeling, it's like almost like a feeling of stuckness you will feel, because you are extending your past experience, and you feel like this image of you out in the wild experiencing life, experiencing moment, whether by yourself or to someone, that sense of space, that sense of freedom will be gone. So this is the ultimate, like thing, and you feel like that can, that because this fear, this because your past experience, and your pattern so well that you feel like this is inevitable to avoid. You won't be able to avoid this energy. It's gonna come back to you. That's why the wall is regenerating, because this fear is so strong that it's regenerating this wall again and again, even though there is a strong fire caught trap within that wall, which is melting that wall so that fire can come out, so that you can talk, you can speak, you can expose, you can reveal, but the wall itself is regenerating, fueled by this fear that you are going to be captive in your own energy. You are going to be captive in your own energy. Yeah. But there is like, God, these two cards, I don't know whether it's this two card I got in other reading last month, I guess, but I don't remember which. Anyway, I don't know. The thing, this two card is telling me, Sagittarius, that you have the wisdom. You have the wisdom. You are not using, somehow you are too fearful to use your own wisdom. I feel like you don't know how much you have come. You are comparing yourself with your past self. But you are forgetting that between past and present, a transformation has happened to you. Maybe you're not acknowledging your own transformation, and you feel like you are going to be caught in the old trap pattern where you will be the slave of your own energy that will not allow you to experience in life in a more free way, the most freest way, and most like a wildest way. You feel like you're going to be caught in a that kind of fear that you're going to be your own slave. And you don't know, when you become a master of yourself, how you're going to treat your like how you're going to, like, if you're your own slave, then you don't know how you're going to treat yourself. Who is going to obeying who? There is like a lot of fear that coming from, generating from within. And I feel like this 2 card is telling me that you have the wisdom, Sagittarius. You need to believe in yourself. You have come a long way. Cut yourself some slack and pat your back, because nobody else gonna do it for you. Because nobody else will recognize what you have gone through, how far you have come. Because you are a private person, I can tell. So people not gonna do that patting on your back. You need to pat on your back, because you have come a long way. Give yourself that credit, Sagittarius. Give yourself that credit. Being hard on yourself is not the solution here, because this 2 card is saying there is a wisdom, there is an ancient wisdom in you that is very much fertile. You have come a long way. That's all I'm getting. You have come a long way. Listen to your own wisdom. Listen to your own wisdom. Because all these things is telling me that there is honesty palpating hard. There is something that you want to tell. Maybe you love someone deeply. They're your soulmate, they're your twin flame, they're your kindred heart, they're your friend, they're everything. You feel connected with your soul, body, mind, but you feel fear. The fear is so dense here that you detach yourself from that feelings. You may have given impression to that person that you don't care. You may have withdrawn yourself from this. Maybe they have withdrawn from this because they cannot take it anymore. Like all this kind of mishap, all this kind of unintentional distance had occurred between this connection, between this situation. And the only way out is you opening up, you showing that where your heart lies. You shows your color, you shows your fire, you shows your light to that person, to this situation, so that things can get improved, so that things can get out of this veil and get some fresh air and light, and have that pulsating life within it. But the thing is, you feel like that's what needs to be done, and the raw energy is absolutely, this is the raw energy. For raw energy is like almost like you feel like you cannot hold your words anymore. You feel like any time that words can break away from your skin and reach to this other person's ears and communicate all this intensity, love, fear, everything that inside you, and it will be understood, it will be received well at the other end. You have this confidence, but at the same time this fear of your own, it's not a fear of other person, how that other person will take it. It's the fear of your own, like you are gonna make yourself a slave of yourself. That fear. But that the only way out is that you need to like this palpitating heart. Show your palpitating heart. There is nothing, the palpitating heart is the most beautiful thing in this whole world. Because the only way we connect with each other is through when we speak from the heart. When you speak from the heart, because everybody is talking about intelligent, this and that, those are learned words. But what comes from your heart is that is you, and everybody wants to see you. Nobody wants to see another avatar of somebody else. Everybody wants to see who you are. And the only way to reveal that is if you speak from your heart, and that's gonna be well received, because otherwise the raw energy would not have been there, because raw energy realized that other person, whosoever is the receiver's end, is not a threat. It's a safe place to unleash, safe place to unravel. But your own fear is coming in as if like a block. It's like a block. and it's like a melting, regenerating. It's like it's not going away, and it has been going on maybe for a while. And in like then we got the initiation and the healing. Sagittarius, there is so much, like 9 and 10, there is a progress. It's time to take this step. It's like, take this step, sweetie, take this step. You have to believe in yourself, how far you have come. If you start a journey from point A and you have been doing, and this journey has not been easy for you, I can tell you that. You have given everything to come to this far. You have given yourself, you have dedicated yourself to your spirituality, dedicated yourself to your self-awareness, dedicated yourself to discipline in a certain way. And now you are point, maybe, I don't know, maybe let's say you are point M. And if you're constantly referring your own space, own place to point A, then what's the point of traveling from point A to point M if you do not recognize the distance that you have traveled and how much that distance has contributed to your own growth? So you cannot say that what you have done when you are point A, you are going to be doing the same thing when you are point M. That's like a completely betraying yourself, because you have put all this effort and resources to come from point A to point M. Give yourself that recognition that you have done. Nobody else will give you. You need to give that recognition to yourself, and that is the process of believing oneself, because we are constantly moving, Sagittarius, but we most of the time do not acknowledge our own movement, and we feel like we are stuck. We are there where we were 5 years ago. We are there where we were 5 months ago. But time has passed. Space has been traveled. Acknowledge that. Healing is taking place. Initiation is must. The only way this healing can really take you to the next way of your journey, next chapter of your growth, is if you do not, if the initiation of that energy, the energy that you have collected, the energy you have accumulated, the energy you have mastered, the energy has helped to heal you. You need to initiate that energy so that that energy can bring some new experience in your life, so that you can be free on a boat in the wild experiencing life. But if you're on the boat and your mind is in point A, no matter if you reach to point Z, your mind is captured and stuck in point A, because you are not recognizing and acknowledging the depth and the space and the distance that you have traveled in life in order to acquire life experience, life knowledge, growth. Sagittarius, so this is a reading for someone who is absolutely ready to do whatever they need to do, but there is this fear of oneself. It's a fear of oneself that is creating this. So if you're listening to this, please contemplate on this thought, and and see what comes out of it. Acknowledge this, and something will come out of it. Alright, Sagittarius, I hope you get something out of it, and I will talk to you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.